Hello, hello, hello. Hello again. I'm Veronique St. Clair, also known as Veronique the Comedian on the social media streets. You can catch me on the Instagram and the Facebook as that name, as well as YouTube. Um, I am going to be talking about, uh, of course, more somber um, topics. So, in Nigeria, the Nigerian police basically sanctioned the massacre of peaceful protesters wanting the end of SARS and the end of SWAT. They're tired of being taken advantage of, beaten, kidnapped, killed at at will. At will. It doesn't matter if there's any evidence to support whatever it is they're accusing you of. At will. And instead of listening to the youth of Nigeria, speaking about the Nigerian government, they decided that the best way to quell the concerns of these peaceful protesters was to shoot them and murder them. So, now back in the States, Philadelphia is writing after the murder of Walter Wallce Jr. at the hands of police. Family actually wasn't calling for the police to help them. They wanted an ambulance. So that adds a whole other layer to this very disappointing narrative of anti-Blackness in the world. The fact that it is even a topic that we have to continue to talk about in terms of us being human beings and having our day in court. That's the thing. A lot of people are under the assumption that the police have the right to kill you because you've committed a crime. They are not judge, jury, and executioner. They're not. They're not. I know a lot of people believe that because that's probably how it's been since they have had their interactions with the police, but it's not the correct way to go about it. They're not there for that. That's why there are lawyers. That's why there are prosecutors. That's why public defenders. Like that's why there's an entire court system. The police are not supposed to be judge, jury, and executioner. Point blank, and the period. Judge, jury, and executioner. There's all a job there, a job there, a job there, and none of those are their job. None of those are their job. They are not supposed to make the determination that somebody is not supposed to be alive anymore because they're having a mental break. And the fact that they still keep sending in police when it comes to mental health patients is really damning at how callous people are in terms of what is necessary for those that are experiencing a mental health crisis actually need. And it's not to be shot. That's not how, you get the mind healthy. You feel me? It just kinds of cuts that out, you feel. But I'm sorry, y'all. I keep trying to get this daggone light not to be shining all up in my glasses, They want to be Diddy and want to be all up in the video. I mean, my bad. Okay. I'm going to try one little thing. Okay, hold on. I'll be out here trying. I'm trying. This is a one-woman show in production. But to reference back to Nigeria, they're literally being killed just because they look like they might have something. They look like they might have money. They look like they could be somebody, and they want to snuff that light out and take whatever they can from them. How is that public service? How is an anti-robbery department being of service to the public by robbing them and killing them? How? The way that it doesn't make sense. It I would say it's baffling, but that would be disrespectful to my intelligence. It's obviously greed, obviously. And it saddens me to no end that even, even in a place where Black and brown people are in leadership, that this level of loss of life, lack of care of life is so on par for the course. Like, this is supposed to be a part of what goes on when it comes to our public officials and our public service departments. No. I want everyone to know that the police are not supposed to kill you. They're not supposed to kill you when you commit a crime. Their only need for deadly force is in the case that somebody also is trying to use deadly force against them. And usually it should be perpetrated by the opposite party and not by the police. It doesn't, the mental gymnastics from from across the world to in our own backyard. It's insane how anti-Blackness runs rampant, and even within our own communities. And for any of the people that love to, go on about, oh, well, if Black people don't respect themselves, blah, 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 don't do that. Because we're not going to do the Black on Black crime thing, because nobody wants to do the white on white crime thing. Nobody wants to do the Asian on Asian crime thing. So let's just not. Let's just not. And never say that we did. Okay. It makes me livid that we pay these people with our taxes, and for them to even listen to us, they feel so threatened that they have to kill us. If y'all don't get your scary asses on, if y'all don't get your pansy asses on, it doesn't make sense. You're supposed to service the public, and you're scared of it. I understand being afraid of certain parts of your job. I get that. But you're actually afraid of your profession, which is being within the public. With brown and Black faces. Brown and Black faces that have families, that have dreams, that have aspirations, that have circulatory systems. Like, at the end of the day, like human beings with all of the same wantings and feelings and experiences that so many of y'all have, but it's also hampered by the fact that they have to take into account how they come across to any old white person that decides that they don't really care for what they got going on. So they want to make their life difficult just because they're white and they know they can, and you're Black and they know you don't have the power that they do. White privilege is a major thing. And I would like for all of those that do have white privilege that are so, I just don't understand. Use your, stop with the, I just don't understand. Use your privilege to help a Black or brown person. That's what I need y'all to do. I don't care. Just, my heart, just keep that. Keep those feelings. I don't need to nurse you. The Black community doesn't need to nurse you while we're bleeding. Why am I more cognizant and understanding of your feelings? Meanwhile, the moment I express any displeasure with the fact that I have to keep up this what am I trying? Diplomatic, it's like diplomatic, very stoic kind of expression of a very deep pain. But I have to make sure that you're okay because your tears can kill me. Or your tears can deter an opportunity for me, whether or not I'm right, and usually. But um, I really want so much more for people in terms of getting an understanding that anti-Blackness is global. All of you white people out here that have this privilege and understand that you have privilege, you need to make sure that the other white people that you love and adore are using their privilege as well. It because we can't do it alone. We can't. I mean, at the end of the day, we didn't make up race. There's only one race, the human race. I'm not here to debate that with anyone, just FYI. But yeah, there's only one race, the human race. And in that race, we all bleed the same. We got to eat, got to sleep. And even when we don't think we have to, we do dream. Dreaming is probably the only thing that keeps a large majority of us sane. To dream of a better tomorrow, to hope for a better tomorrow, to fantasize of a better tomorrow. Living in that dreamscape is helpful to a great deal that helps us push forward and get where we need to go and helps us remember our joy. But also, I've seen how it's been bastardized by whiteness as the bastion of strength, because we just keep on dreaming and we keep on going and doing and this and that. We said, I want to dream and be free. That's what I want to do. And being free for me means not having my brothers and sisters shot in the street when they're asking for help. Not having my brothers and sisters shot in the street as they sing and show joy and reverence and respect for their countries, to be shot and murdered. I feel like it's a similar dream to Martin, and we still dreaming. Ain't that sad? Ain't that motherfucking sad? You know how much shit has actually gone on in terms of just from when Martin was shot. How many developments there have been, how much information has been dispersed and is so easily accessible to people, but also because it's so easily accessible to people, so is the bullshit. And that usually gets the clicks, gets the engagement. So that's what's seen up at the top of the page for so many things. But at the end of the day, we have to really step back and ask ourselves, not just what we want. Do we understand the sacrifice? And are we willing to make the sacrifice? And we need to have these conversations out loud, not internally, not by ourselves, not just, just in your prayer closet. We need to have these conversations as a whole. What are we willing to do to get to what it is that we need, which is equality and safety for Black and brown peoples everywhere, period. Well, That's the end of my rant. Thank you so much. I hope you guys all have a lovely night and happy Halloween. Bye.